Thanks for coming to the State of the City address. And at this time, I am going to have Scout Troop 275 present the colors, and then we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right. Will the audience go ahead, please stand. Remove all hats except those for uniform or religious purposes. Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. The audience, put your right hand over your heart. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard dismissed.
Thank you. Okay, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the members of the North Plains Chamber of Commerce, we are pleased to present the North Plains State of the City address. And our mayor, Terry Linehan, has served the city since 2008. As the council president from 2011 to 2016, she served as mayor since 2016. And in addition, she's part of the Budget Committee, the Urban Renewal Agency, and she's the secretary of the North Plains Events Association. She is a past president of the Oregon Mayors Association, where she stitched many alliances together. She's been recognized for numerous volunteer contributions to the city, such as Volunteer of the Year in 2010 and Lifetime Achievement in 2014. To say numerous, she's a busy person. Mayor Linehan is also my colleague on the City Council. She is a tireless volunteer who has made countless sacrifices in the pursuit of helping improve this community in many aspects. And Mayor Linehan is a dedicated public servant who is a community ambassador which unselfishly surrenders her personal time for her love of the community. So with that, please help me welcome Madam Mayor Terry Linehan for the 2024 North Plains State of the City address. Go get him.
All right. Can you hear me? I feel like I have to say that after COVID all the time. I am on the backside of a cold and allergies, so I will be sipping tea throughout the event. Hopefully my voice will hold up. Anyhow, good evening, and thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm really excited to share the highlights of our city's work in 2023, to offer seedlings, actually, about what we're looking forward to in 2024. I welcome you to Jessie Mays Community Center. This is the heart of our community. This is where we play and have fun and come together as a community. I'm pleased to see so many people here tonight, enthusiastic about our city. And I want to thank all of the elected officials in the room for volunteering your time, for being there in your communities to give back. I also want to thank my local and regional partners for being there and guiding us through many years of just need. We're a small but mighty city, but we certainly need our partners. And more importantly, I need to thank my family, my first man, my kids who are watching from a distance because they're all over the country. Ruby, Lauren, Abigail, and Luke, thank you so much for your love and support, especially during this journey as being a public servant. Thank you. It's no surprise that our community is made up of strong, independent people. And if there's one thing we all can agree on, is that we love where we live. Every day people share with me the reasons why they love North Plains. It could be their favorite restaurant, King Torta. It could be the love of the Garlic Festival, our welcoming library, our community spirit, or the new pedestrian walking path. Residents tell me how much they want the convenience of having shops and restaurants nearby so they can walk and bike to reduce the carbon footprint, but more importantly, to support their local community. Lots of residents and businesses appreciate how North Plains is blooming. Blooming is a good thing. Plants bloom to ensure survival. Their blooming attracts pollinators, and that helps produce and spread seeds far beyond the plant. We are the same, and what I mean by that is, as we add new businesses, activities, and services, we're blooming and ensuring our survival too. Our blooming attracts people to North Plains, and as our city grows and it becomes a destination, people want to be here. They want to experience what we get to experience. I'm an avid walker. Walking is my favorite pastime, and I do it for exercise. For years, my kids have said, "Mom, you walk too fast." Well, strolling is not my thing. I have to get from point A to point B now. I'm always curious about our community. And walking through the community is fun because I get to see what other people do in their yards, for example. It's fun to see what blooms in our community. And I'm sure that North Plains, you see North Plains blooming too, through our parks, our community events, our walking paths, our local businesses, and our new sidewalks. It's easy to see why we love North Plains. Just look around at all the people who want to make their home here. Inflation and lending rates have skyrocketed in the last few years, but developers still want to build here. Families want to move here. They want their children to go to school here. We want them to be here. New businesses are coming here. It's really exciting. So why don't we take a moment and let's hear from some local folks in our community.
I'm Kelly Petrick, and I am the principal at North Plains Elementary School. At North Plains Elementary School, we serve about 225 students, and at Fallow Ridge and North Plains is about the same size. What I love being principal of this community is the family history and the heritage and the love for community. I come across generations upon generations of people who have not only been students here, but are having their kids come here as well. The school is over 100 years old. So there is a lot of history, not only in the land, in the walls, but the people that surround it.
My name is Amy Gibson Grote, and I am the owner of Cupio Frozen Yogurt here in North Plains. We do live locally, my husband and I, and we knew the community needed something of this sort, needed some diversity, and there really wasn't any place like this here. So we thought, why not bring something new and exciting to the community? We really want to support local businesses, so we do serve some nuts from Pilgrim's Roasted Nuts just right up the road, as well as during the summertime, we have served berries from 26 West Farms. We did open July 1st of 2023, so we are happy to be here, and the community has been wonderful in welcoming us.
My name is Daniel Beaupain.
And I'm Elizabeth Beaupain, and we're the owners of Happy Play. Happy Play is an indoor play cafe. It's located here in North Plains, Oregon, and we opened about 3 weeks ago. The idea sparked when we were actually looking for a place to host our daughter's birthday party. And we couldn't find a place that kind of checked all of our boxes. So my husband said to me, why don't we create a place? So that's what we did. I don't think a lot of locals know that they are welcome to just drop by and grab a cup of coffee or a pastry to go.
So just seeing a lot of people coming from far away that didn't know about North Plains, just like us, not too long ago. I'm excited to kind of see where it grows and what other business come in the area.
My name is Christian Lara Morales, and the business name is La Loteria Taco Shop. We started farmers markets in 2020, and we started getting business on the farmers markets to show up our traditional food, bring other flavors from our country. We try to bring all this food on this basically new community. I know it's growing North Plains, and then we are happy to bring our food here.
I myself am a 17-year resident of the city of North Plains, and by some comparison, that's not very long. For as long as I have called North Plains my home, I wanted to share it with our local community and with people who are curious about our city. Many want to know what is happening in North Plains and what am I missing. I've been here long enough to know and remember when the welcome sign said population 1,900 people. And we had this walking trail committee that walked around town, and we envisioned this walking trail all around North Plains. And as I look around at some of the community members here tonight, I see folks who have lived here for 50 years or more. They've seen a ton of history and a ton of progress in North Plains. Some of these people are members of the North Plains Historical Society. They are instrumental in keeping our history alive. We're very grateful for everything that they do and how they contribute to the community. More importantly, we are very grateful that they honor us about our past and with our past. The Historical Society's chair is Councilor Butch Kendall. He's lived in North Plains for nearly 60 decades. 6 decades. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. I'm like, 60? Jeez. He's living forever. What fountain of youth are you drinking from? You know, you've been in service in North Plains since 1968, and you've been a volunteer firefighter, you've been a planning commissioner, and you have been the North Plains mayor during some of the city's biggest growth periods. You've been on the council for more than 40 years, and I think that's a record in Washington County, or close to it. And I know that you have worked with dozens of mayors and councilors over the year. I appreciate it. Butch, we appreciate you and your service and your volunteerism, and we certainly thank you for helping keep North Plains and making North Plains the place that it is. So thank you very much. Butch and I and the other city councilors, we set fresh goals every few years to guide our work and our leadership. In 2022, we slated the 2022-2024 goals. They are community engagement that brings people together, intentional and managed growth, city services aligned with community growth. Now let me tell you a little bit about that. Community engagement that brings people together. We're creating a pipeline of engaged community members. Social infrastructure is critical because it fosters involvement, community pride, and volunteerism. And here's how we engage people in 2023. Our community events are our signature. They bring people together and they shape who we are as a community. For example, during COVID lockdown in 2020, we safely and successfully managed a few community events to keep people's spirits up. Nothing was going to get us down. The city partnered with the North Plains Events Association to hold 10 regular community events, and attendance continued to be high. It's only a matter of time until we have an event every single month out of the year. The Elephant Garlic Festival again hosted tens of thousands of visitors here in the middle of our community and right outside these doors. People turned out to recognize community members at the Oodles and Doodles event, and we celebrated the holidays with the annual Jingle Through Town. But our highlight in 2023 event season was when we celebrated our 60th year of incorporation at our annual ice cream social at downtown with Johnny Limbo and the Lugnuts. We're also trying to spruce things up a little bit, and so the Urban Renewal Agency replaced the pole banners along Glencoe and Commercial Street. Council adopted a communication plan that guides us as we expand how we connect with our community, and I'll touch on that shortly. We conducted extensive outreach activities where community members shared their insights on things such as the North Plains, what makes North Plains special, the urban growth boundary expansion, and the local option levy. The city hosted 2 groundbreakings for public projects, which also it supports our ongoing progress. The Jessie Mays playground just outside these doors, and the Public Works Facility and Emergency Operations Center. Now on to goal number 2, intentional and managed growth. Our intention is to attract targeted growth that supports economic opportunity, fiscal sustainability, a distinct community identity, a vibrant downtown, and better livability. And we will continue to emphasize thoughtful planning. The City Council adopted a UGB expansion ordinance that outlines our city's growth for the next 20 years and beyond. It's a culmination of years of effort and partnership, and our work and partnerships will continue because we still have so much vital community planning to do. Your voice is important, and as North Plains blossoms, we want to hear from you. So please come to our city council meetings, our planning meetings. Everyone is invited to interact. We want our residents to be there. It helps us be as responsive as we can. The City Council and the Planning Commission adopted the Downtown Revitalization Plan, and that is to help stimulate growth and opportunity. And in order to do that, we are going to need services. So that brings me to goal number 3. City services that align with our community growth. With intentional growth in mind, we increase city services to align with growth projections that will improve health and safety services and provide shared community spaces. And here's what the city did to achieve that goal. We continued work on the capital improvement plan, including starting construction on the new Public Works facility. We used American Rescue Plan funding to conduct phase 2 of the broadband feasibility study that includes a financial analysis and a business plan. With a grant from the Metropolitan Area Communications Commission, we have a new IT management contractor now on board that are focusing on cybersecurity and digital efficiency. The Economic Development Committee expanded its membership. It became a standing body through ordinance and now operates under its new name, the Economic Development Commission, or EDC. We expect the EDC to play a pivotal role in the community development in North Plains next year. The state won a state water resources grant, which we will use to study feasibility of an aquifer storage recovery system to increase water sustainability. And our city council adopted a new water rate system that did not increase water rates. It's the 10th year in a row and that we've been able to do that. This is a lot. Excuse me. So looking ahead. So what do we see blooming in North Plains in 2024? City Council will hold its goals refinement retreat to focus on strategy and refining our mission and our vision and our values. These discussions will guide the City Council's goals and priority in 2024 and how we work with the community on the next vision for North Plains. We revamped our website and it launched 3 weeks ago, so check out northplains.org. The website is designed to make it easier for residents to learn and get involved, and to reach and welcome our increasingly diverse community. We are planning a Civic Leadership Academy later in the year. A new Public Works Facility Emergency Operations Center will open near the end of the year, and we are in our third year. We will be going in our third year with the RARE program. And RARE, by the way, stands for Resource Assistance for Rural Environments. It's an AmeriCorps program through the University of Oregon's Institute for Policy Research and Engagement. The RARE team will continue coordination on new downtown activities to convene businesses and focus on downtown improvement. The corner entrance to downtown at West Union Commercial in Glencoe is getting a makeover with new signage, sidewalks, and improved landscaping. Our capital improvement projects include the new infill sidewalks downtown and near the Veterans Park, and a finishing design for the Pacific Street pedestrian improvements. Growth. Projects like that will support our growth in 2024. The Planning Department will launch a ready-made, pre-approved ADU plans. It's the first in Washington County. Those plans will lower the cost barrier and shorten the time it takes to adding housing types. You might have heard about the missing middle housing, which includes attached ownership and rental options for families. Missing middle housing is not missing in North Plains. The Bryn Hill development will fulfill our city's planning vision for that community by adding more than 150 attached housing options. That's nearly 1/3 of that development. In 2024, we'll see the addition of even more options like that for families in the downtown core with 10 planned duplexes. The city will work with agency and industry partners on concept planning for the UGB expansion areas. We will investigate future industrial lands readiness, commercial service areas, more housing diversity, and new opportunities for new parks and trails. We received a state grant in 2022 that will pay for this work. We're looking forward to exploring options for the downtown civic center and community gathering spaces. The library will keep investing in community accessibility in the public computer lab, in the children's area, and throughout the building. Grant dollars will pay for those investments too. I'm always amazed at our staff on how they can find grant money to help this town run and survive. So kudos to staff. I love it. Thank you. The American Library Association awarded North Plains Public Library a $20,000 grant as part of the library's Transforming Communities. It's an initiative that improves accessibility and services for people with disabilities in small and rural communities. We will study water security and supply options to accommodate future growth and seismic resilience. The Urban Renewal Agency will leverage brownfield funding to perform pre-development site preparation for the Glencoe Opportunity Area where the grocery center will be. And with those projects in the works, we are moving forward our vision for North Plains. We're going to cross the community, the economic opportunity, and make it a destination experience. So let's talk about the library. Who doesn't like to talk about the library? When I think of our library, sometimes I think about the book, The Little Engine That Could, right, by Watty Piper. No task is too big or too small for our library. They are just amazing. In 2023, 32,492 people visited the library. I mean, that's like, Tiger? I don't know. They checked out 82,663 items. Like, that's almost Hillsboro's population. It's crazy. Library volunteers contributed over 3,700 hours. That's more than 5 months of continuous work. The library staff engaged patrons by visiting classrooms more than 50 times to teach kids about the summer reading program and encourage them to participate. They promoted cultural and community programs all year long. They did a satisfaction survey in the fall, and they run monthly themes to encourage participation and to tap into our growing culturally diverse community. One of my favorite events was actually the stuffed animal sleepover with the mayor. And you'll see down here in this lower hand corner, that's me with little kids had to bring their little stuffed animals into the library and entrust me to watch over them all night long. It was really a lot of fun. Thank you, Emily. In 2024, new and inventive library program will extend our outreach with a Diwali celebration, evening story times, and artist receptions. On to Public Works. Last spring, Dustin Lucanati joined us as our Public Works Director. The recruit, as you know, was long, but it was worth it. We really are so glad to have Dustin a part of our team. Construction is underway on the Public Works Facility Emergency Operations Center off of West Union Road. 2/3 of that is funded by a state grant, and we expect to open by the end of the year. It's another way that we are planning thoughtfully, ensuring that departments have room to grow as our city grows. As you came here tonight, you must have seen or encountered sidewalk construction. Those sidewalks will improve the connection to downtown and other parts of the community. Behind the scenes, crews are building new streets. They're inspecting homes. And our small but mighty Public Works team, they're continuing an inventory, checking over 300 water meters for lead and copper. This work will ensure the safety of our community and compliance with federal requirements. And I want to send a special thanks to one of our partners, the Tualatin Valley Water District. Thank you for assisting our city as we redesign and reorganize some of our water operations and maintenance functions. Good friends are invaluable. Parks and outdoor spaces. Let's talk about the Jessie May Park. It opened last year, and again, thanks to the American Rescue Plan Act funding, we could not have done it without it. It includes a covered area, new bathroom, resurfaced parking lot, newly designed sport courts that include basketball, tennis, and pickleball. And we have a serious pickleball group that is on that court weekly. It's amazing. The City Council adopted a UGB expansion that set the community on growth plan for the next 20+ years. This ordinance is the result of community input along with years of careful planning. Important community conversations and concept planning are on the horizon. North Plains is not part of Metro, that's no surprise. So our UGB expansion looks a little different. We followed the state and regional laws and regulations while working closely with our partners because our community deserves smart, thoughtful growth. We sought input from our neighbors and local businesses, and people responded, and they are still responding. This expansion is truly important to people. It's especially significant for me and the City Council to deliver on a vision of prosperity for this community that we cherish. And I want to be clear, an expansion of a line is just the first step in the process. The next step will be to deliver on this vision, and it will be one crafted by our community. We invite you, we welcome you to help us craft that vision and provide the opportunity for our future generations. We all recognize the need for housing and jobs, but we also want to protect natural areas. We crafted our proposal carefully so North Plains grows only as much as warranted over the next several decades, and with the support of affected landowners and farmers. We think it's a smart approach. This is Oregon. We are unique, and whether we support or oppose the UGB expansion from the outer edges to the more established parts, areas of the city, our passion comes from the same place. We love North Plains. Fear not. We haven't forgotten about our cherished downtown. The Planning Commission and City Council adopted the Downtown Improvement Plan last year with projects and code recommendations to stimulate growth and opportunity downtown. Economic development. The Urban Renewal Agency, also known as the URA, which invests in infrastructure that supports new businesses, purchased a strategic piece of downtown property that can accommodate a future civic center. It will also offer, and that will offer further downtown redevelopment opportunities for housing choice and commercial space. The URA also awarded food and beverage grants to 2 new businesses here in town, Melly's Bar and Grill and Cup Yo. Both are owned by North Plains residents. And if you haven't noticed, on the corner of Commercial, Glencoe, and West Union, we have a new food cart pod. That area is also known as Richards Ridge. There's a 4th cart coming in soon, and that cart will also be owned by a local resident. New construction that will fit the council's economic priorities is moving forward in the industrial area east of town. And rest assured, we're still working towards that grocery store. We're working through the challenges and cleanup of the site because of past agriculture and other uses. It's a longer process than any of us really cared for, but we're getting state funds to help with that cleanup effort, and we expect to see some movement on that property this year. Speaking of longevity, Oregon Canadian Forest Products, they have been down the street since the 1970s. Now, with mill closures and uncertainty more common, OCFP's business model still works for the benefit of this community. Let's take a few minutes and hear from Oregon Canadian and a couple of our other industry partners and a trailblazer.
So I'm Mike Holm, Oregon Canadian Forest Products, owner of that. My sister and I have 50% each. My father left the company about 7 years ago and we bought him out. In North Plains in 1979, my father bought 5 acres from Mick Allen, and we had a little operation, and then as we were making money, he bought other pieces, and so we piecemealed the whole thing together, and the last piece we bought was 5 acres on the south side of Commercial Street in the early 90s, and then we built a new facility on that side. I think the biggest is that it's been here for 46 years and it's a family-run business. You know, we try to do the right thing by taking care of our people and being a good steward to the community, and just to hopefully come by and enjoy the murals.
My name's Kevin Hansen. I work for HD Fowler Company here in North Plains. We're a distributor of waterworks, pumps, irrigation, and landscape materials, and then we just recently took on hardscapes as well. We built the building about 1.5 years ago. We opened September of 2022. We're over 100 years old, 4th generation family owned. We're currently sitting at 24 branches with a 25th being built right now across Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Utah. It's a really nice small town feel out here, but it obviously is growing and we want to be a part of that.
My name's Chad Summers, President and CEO of Jewett Cameron Companies. Jewett Cameron began as a lumber brokerage over 70 years ago. Today we're over 60 employees and we design and supply products that are in major retailers, online and in-store throughout North America. And most recently, we've added alternatives to traditional plastic, compostable and post-consumer recycled plastic bags, trash and pet waste bags. We moved our business out here in the mid-90s, so we've been in North Plains for about 30 years.
Welcome, I am Bertoni Foster, owner, founder, winemaker of Abbey Creek Vineyard, AKA The Crick. That is located in the heart of North Plains. I love to call it the financial district. We're a winery, but it needed to be so much bigger than just wine for me. And North Plains is what allowed me to have more of that personal feel and touch. I could have gone to wine country for my location, but I needed something in proximity to the house, something that felt welcoming as people came in, because we're not a standard wine brand. So North Plains was just unique enough to be able to stand out as the location for our base.
Our city, yeah. Our city fills a significant role in the Silicon Forest, partly because some chip industry employees are North Plains residents. But did you know that already our community has several companies that do direct business with our semiconductor partners in the region? They range from precision manufacturing to vendors and suppliers. And now with passage of the Senate Bill 1526 earlier this month, North Plains is on the cusp of becoming the state's only city with the ability to offer a special incentive to semiconductor manufacturing, research and development, and supply chain activities. That special incentive will enable us to be strategic and careful about attracting companies and activities that fit our vision. Last May, voters rejected a local option levy that would have increased police services and fiscal sustainability. On one hand, that was a loss. But more importantly, the levy introduced new fiscal sustainability topics for the council to consider. And so we're hoping to look into that this year. The city conducted a water rate study analyzing cost of service. Despite how our growing community and infrastructure needs are, the City Council is committed to keeping rates low. That's why we have no rate increases this year, also making us unique. It can't always be that way, however, so in the next year, we will see incremental increases. It's not good news, but it's pretty good. Inflation hits local governments too. We rely on the cost of goods and labor like any industry. We're committed to residential equity and low rates to attract businesses while maintaining our infrastructure. Late in 2023, the City Council adopted an update communications plan. We'll use that to focus our engagement work in 2024. That engagement work will include connecting with our increasingly diverse residents and businesses to plan the important elements of the UGB expansion area. Our diverse methods of traditional and digital communication and our revamped website are examples of how we're responding to the ways our residents take in and use information. On the new site, for instance, it's easier to find information you need. The site also offers important new accessibility tools that you can access 24/7. And we're committed to continuous improvement with our website and with our whole city. So many people have partnered and collaborated to accomplish everything I presented tonight. First, I want to thank our small but mighty staff. And I think Andy, Corinne, Jennifer, Bill, Lori, Bailey, Steve, Dustin, Rowan, Robin, Emily, and the staff. I could go on and on. They make us look good. They do the work. I'm the messenger, but they're the ones doing the work, and they do a phenomenal job keeping this city running. Thank you. My city councilors, all of whom that you saw on the screen and all of whom are in the room tonight. You are an amazing group of people, and I'm so proud to work with you. We don't always agree on everything, but one thing that I am proud of our council is that we build consensus, and that is pretty awesome. Elected officials and business partners, as I said earlier, that are here in the room tonight, friends are invaluable, and I mean that. Thank you. TVC TV for their dedication to making the State of the City address work tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate the videos and the recording and the making of this evening. It's amazing. So thank you so much for being there. Also want to thank the North Plains Chamber of Commerce, the North Plains Events Association, and the Boy Scout Troop 275. Now, Patty Burns put a lot of work in that lovely table over there, so I'm really hoping that on your way out, you take something home with you, please. I also want to give a really special thank you to a woman-owned business here in town. Her name is Ona Matthews, and she is the owner of Ona's Patisserie. Oh, I did it again. Anyhow, she makes great cupcakes. She's actually Hawaiian, and these cupcakes are amazing. So if you like sweets and you want something for after dinner, please take something home with you. If not, they're coming to my house, and God forbid, my waistline. Please. Other things that we couldn't do without, and people we can't do without, are boards and our commissioners. The Planning Commission Chair, Stuart King, thank you for your service, and thank you for being a leader in our community. The Economic Development Commission Chair, Eric Lawson. Library Board Chair, Bridget Sorensen. Parks and Rec Board, Zach Gaynor. And Urban Renewal Agency Board Chair, Russ Sheldon. I especially want to thank and recognize some new residents who have literally recently moved here within the last year or so. And they did not waste any time volunteering their time to be on boards, commissions, and being a part of events. Johanna and Iggy Para, thank you so much for stepping up. Johanna is on the Parks Board, and Iggy is on Planning Commission. David Amanor, I'm not sure if he's here tonight, but he is on Economic Development. Dan Kirsch, Parks. Amy Gibson Grote, Economic Development. Tonight we celebrate you and thank you again for being here and stepping up for the call of being a volunteer in our community. Thank you. Our community is the best of North Plains. We're all caring, smart people who love our city, and we all want to do right by it. We want to protect all that we love about it, our cherished history, our tight-knit present, and our prosperous future. Together, we can bridge the gap between the rural tradition and urbanization. We can retain warmth and that hometown feel we all know and love very much. We will ensure the success of our community with everybody being involved and participating. On your way out again, please take cupcakes, take a little treat. Also, there are seed packets over there, flower seed packets. It's spring, and know that by taking that and putting that in your garden at home, that you are connecting with us. You will be blossoming with us. And so we really appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. You are amazing for showing up and listening and being a part of this evening. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you.